Admiral's log. War has once again broken out with Britain. Seeing as the enemy of my enemy is my friend remains true, we have formed an alliance with the United States. The joint operations provide us with the opportunity to observe the performance of the US Navy closely. It is essential for us to gain as much intelligence as possible on our potential adversary. The preparations for our campaign against the United States are underway. Getting a very close look at what their ships are capable of and how to best counter them is an invaluable opportunity. I look forward to working with the United States Navy, but not for the reasons they might be expecting. Of course, this works both ways. The United States Navy can also study us in turn. When on joint operations, I have given my captains a paradoxical order. Feign ineptitude. Miss more shots, don't sail at maximum speed, and don't show what your ship is truly capable of. It is time for some cloak and dagger. Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome to episode 47. I said it was at war, or likely to be at war in the next episode, just not with the British. I don't want to be at war with the British because it's going to boost my reputation with the US. I'm trying to piss off the US. The reason for that is because I want to fight the US and their massive fleet. So, well, I'm just going to click through all of these and you can see that I'm suddenly at war with the French, even though the French really, for the last couple episodes, or last bit, have been provoking me. Now, the British immediately go mining, and they do find a couple of explosive devices in or near their waters. So do the US. US Navy not invulnerable to mines. More British ships hit by mines. The British lose in the South Pacific. They lose in the Caribbean. So does the US. And everybody would like to order my ships, and the answer is no. Okay, I am now at minus 65. I used to be at minus 85 or minus 90, so we're going to have to, again, increase the tension. US is down to 612 active ships all of a sudden. They have 69 ships we're repairing, which I guess is nice for the US. It's not so nice for the British. They might be building 300 new ships, which is double than the US, but they possibly can't. They can't possibly afford any of that. Anyway, what is this going to do for my conflict? How is this how is this little tiff that the Americans and the British and myself have going to impact the British? Well, I'm not sure yet. I mean, I'd love to invade one of their primary assets. The real challenge is, like I have seen with invading Ireland, in order to actually get there, you need a massive fleet. And the problem is, my fleet is largely still in the process of being refit. So as much as I would like to send my ships, as much as I would like to send the whole fleet, I basically can't, because they're all busy getting refit one by one by one. So the plan is going to be a little different. And the plan is going to be such that I want to try and get a couple of naval battles over the British, so that I can potentially, if peace comes, sue the British for some more of their territory. So that's the main plan. Engage that, and I don't want to really send out some of these ships because they still need to get refit. Like the Yamashiro, she's from 1933. The Yamashiro refit is planned, but I'm basically going through some of the other ships first. Money, again, is no object, so I can max out the sliders, and I can still afford to get a whole bunch more ships. As for bigger shipyards, my shipyard capacity is going to be soon 346,000 tons, which is just a crazy number, and one that is absolutely useless, unless you want to be building something like the Divine Broadside in a catamaran version. Orders are available through my Patreon page. Now, let's move on to a battle and see if the British actually have anything left. A few clicks later, I am also at war with Germany. Good old Germany. So is France, so is the United States, so is the Soviets, so is Italy, so is Spanish, so is China. And I'm at alliance state with the US. Bitch, please. I don't want to be I really don't want to be. Oh, now they're launching. Yeah, right. Germany's at war with everybody. Right? Yeah. Germany's at war with everybody but the Brits. So their entire fleet, all 12 ships, are gonna be a little busy fighting everybody else in the world. The Chinese with their 15 ships? What the heck happened to you? This is nuts. So I can just... Yeah. Well, they're an ally of mine, but I can basically ignore it. I cannot break out of this alliance as much as I would like, because it was just signed this turn. Where's the British fleet? If anywhere. Yeah, wow, there's one DD leaving. There's one battleship parked there. There's 2 of them there. Is the fleet ready? The Divine Devastation is 1933, so no. Ugh. Why do they always have to attack me when I'm busy refitting the ships? Right? It is awful timing. I will, however, send Banjo, Gojira, Maya, and Uji. And these CLs are also ready to go. So at least I'll have some presence. But not nearly as much as I would like. I want to fight the British. And sure enough, they still have a bunch of battleships. But if they're still the quality that they were last war, should be a pretty quick war. One of my battles, I'm encountering a large convoy. It's defended by battleship Tilbury. She's displacing 52,819 tons of the Hood class. So she might go out without a bang. Interestingly, I am given a loaner by the Americans. This is the battlecruiser Florida of the Florida class, and I'm very interested to see this one in action. Because this is a fantastic time to study my enemies. To figure out what they might have, how their ships are designed, what their strengths are, and what their exploitable weaknesses are. Transports might also fight back. Seen as before, these guys now sometimes carry torpedo launchers. Alright, so what is the Florida? Mark II 15-inch guns. Being American, even the 2-inch gun, sorry, the 15-inch gun has a gun. Is that a 3? A 2-inch gun. Okay. So, these are Mark II. You got casemates? Don't you know what year this is? You're traveling at 28 knots. You're... cheapest chips. Yeah, their battle cruiser is $10 million cheaper than my heavy cruiser, the Kenpu. It is entirely possible this is one of their older ships. They might have new stuff, I don't know. Capped Ballistic HE, Capped Ballistic 2 AP shells. Holy shit, would you look at that armor pen that these things supposedly have after they reload for 102 seconds. Okay. Armor scheme is actually pretty good. Aft belt feels a little high. Displacement, longitudinal weight offset's not that bad, really. Draft is a little low. This is actually a pretty reasonable ship. Which really begs the question, is it designed by the AI? I don't know. Hydraulic steering. Gear turbines. Okay. Stereoscopic 2 rangefinder. Yeah, this thing is not gonna win any prizes. Oh, and she's already been detected by the Brits. There's the British battleship. Tilbury. Now, based on the turret design, I'm saying these are still pretty old. Mark IIs, likely. So let's send the heavy cruisers in to at least set a fire to those turrets. I have the Kinpu, you know this ship. I also have the, don't laugh, America. Designed by the Soviets. Or at least operated by the Soviets. I don't know, maybe they stole it off of somebody else. This is 8.4-inch guns, Mark III. Pretty fast. When it comes to bulkheads, many... I didn't even check that for the ship. Many bulkheads. Standard bulkheads, spacious quarters. Doesn't fill me with a whole lot of excitement. Gear turbines, stereoscopic 2, sonar 2. I don't get how these guys get sonar 2 and then don't upgrade their rangefinder. Your rangefinder most likely will be a heck of a lot more important than any kind of sonar gear that you're going to put on your ship. Because if you're going to be going up close, because you have to, seeing as at long range you can't hit anything, I mean, you're going to have to go close. This means that, yes, you will take torps, so in that regard, yes, it does make more sense, I guess, to bring one of these Sonar 2 suites, but if you'd have upgraded your rangefinders in the first place, you wouldn't need Sonar 2. Now, comparison for accuracy, 4% on the battle cruiser, 11% on my 9-inch Mark V, which is guided by a Generation 1 radar. I have not yet had the pleasure to upgrade all the heavy cruisers. I'm still going through the Divine Broadside and the Divine Devastation. So these ships are kind of late to the party. But that's fine, because I can still make these things work. Now I'm really interested to see how much damage this ship can do to me. And it's probably going to be pretty substantial. Well, she can't quite pen... Yeah, she can pen me alright. Oh, God. It's the Americans, so something has to blow up. I get it. No, that's not that bad. I mean... I wish it would have been the British. Jesus, you blew up all the 15-inch shells? You're lucky to still be here. It won't be for very long. Standard complement of shells. How did you blow up every single shell on the ship? You got more turrets. This is going to make it a pretty interesting fight for my battle. Or for my remaining heavy cruiser. I'm not exactly counting this guy. Because for some reason they're also... Oh, there we go. They're actually shooting now. I'm going to try and have the torpedoes from this ship connect with that battleship. Because I think outside of that, I don't have a whole lot of options. 14% accuracy, 16-inch, Mark II. The most advanced navy on the planet, the Royal Navy. Yeah, maybe that was true 20 years ago. Sure as heck isn't anymore. Your spacious quarters, sorry, your tight quarters, cramped quarters, and standard bulkheads are going to get you killed. And I'll send that heavy ship of yours right back down to the bottom. I suppose back isn't quite the right term, because it didn't originate from there, but... Oh, your rudder's been damaged. Hold on, allow me to capitalize on that. While the Americans lick their wounds and send to Florida packing. How good's your sonar? Sonar 3? What the hell, dude? I'm trying to torpedo you here, right? This is not helpful. Turning circle? 400 meters. Okay. Time for the crazy Ivan. Seeing as I now have a Russian ship. No. We're not going to fire AP. That's amusing, but no. We're not going to fire AP. We're going to fire HE. What are you turning your main guns at? Still the battle cruiser. Oh, you idiot. See, this is why I think this game will fairly swiftly, after the devs stop working on it, just die out. Because the AI is just stupid. The threat, right now, the biggest threat to this battleship is this heavy cruiser. That is coming to say hello with a couple of pretty deadly torpedo launchers. And the battleship just herp-derps its way forward, training maybe a few guns. Nope. What do you mean you're targeting a battleship? I don't even have... What the hell? Oh, there we go. Now they're finally switching to my heavy cruiser. And she dies. Now, fair enough. She did do damage. Yes, artillery was useful. Her biggest damage came from a 9-inch gun, which probably caused the detonation. That's my estimation. When did you blow up? 16-inch hit. Aft belt, partial pen, lost crew. 4 seconds later, the main turret got destroyed. Okay. Kinpu, go just murder some transports, and we'll call this a win, but the Americans need to rethink their battlecruiser design. This thing is going to have a long transit back home to the States, where I'm sure the people on the dock will wonder what exactly happened to their turret. Well, they can just explain it away as a big 4th of July celebration, I guess. Okay. After the British battleship and the transports have been dealt with, I'm now engaging a new threat. A couple of light cruisers from the Brits. I'm very interested in this light cruiser Ludlow. I have Ludlow and Warden. They seem to be sister ships. My real question is, what the fuck is this torpedo launcher solution? Could you stop colliding for a second? Look. I got torpedo launchers on this ship. It's a loaner, by the way. I've never designed this myself. Triple launcher, dual launcher, dual launcher, triple launcher. How the fuck is this gonna launch? Right? How? I have built something like this in the past, but I would use triple launchers. And the reason I would do it is to make sure that the triple launchers get extra ammo. Maybe they're trying to provide extra ammo for these turrets? Sorry, for these torpedo launchers, but I rather doubt it. Beyond that, it's still a god-awful design. Maximum bulkheads, okay. Spacious quarters, okay. Longitudinal weight offset, 18. Less okay. Speed, pretty good. Propulsion, turbines. Not even geared turbines, turbines. Mines, layer 2, depth charges 3, okay. Stereoscopic rangefinder 2, ammo for torpedoes, reduced. Why did you even bring the additional launchers then? Because they're just dead weight. Anti-flood 3, Citadel 4, double hull bottoms, standard bulkheads, Barbette 3, Crypt 3. Steam steering. Now, they're flying an American flag, which is why I'm interested in actually seeing these things. But the real threat that these light cruisers pose, I think, is fairly negligible. If this is the level of quality that the United States Navy has, if this is the type of light cruiser that they have 100 plus of, or 200 plus, these things are an absolute joke. And I don't think that they will last very long. We're about to put that theory to the test, though. Seeing as these boys are about to be my enemy, I might as well send them in and see how well they perform. While the Nagara, which is my 49-knot speedboat, with her 7.5-inch Mark IV guns, reloads in 16.9 seconds, spams HE at these things from a range of about 13 clicks. What's the enemy? You might ask. Light cruisers. A fairly reasonable design this time around. 10 7-inch guns. Torpedo launchers. No. Non-visible. Couple of secondaries. Beyond that, nothing that interesting. So how well are these ships going to do? I don't really know. Nagara is already engaging with about 6 to 8% accuracy, depending on how violently a target is maneuvering. They're opening up with AP first, which, considering the threat and the type of shells, which is cap ballistic too, yeah, that'll leave a mark. That will give some of these ships something to consider. Do we want to engage the Nagara? I don't think they will. I don't think the Nagara is fast or is catchable, because if this thing is going to get targeted, they're going to have a 93% debuff to target fast speed. Nagara, in the meanwhile, targeting them, 15 to 20% accuracy with a target inside of a smokescreen. So I don't care about your puny smokescreen. I'm going to fight you, and I have a radar 2 rangefinder, so you can have all sorts of cute smokescreens, but I'll see right through it. Will I actually hit anything? I'm not too sure about that. Let's target the lead ship for now. Let's have some of these American boats push in. See if they'll be useful. Oh, you already launched your torpedoes. Aren't you trigger happy? Now, let's not get aggressive here. Aren't you trigger happy? Is that your port bow launcher? What are these anyway? 19-inch? Well, I guess it's not the size, I guess it's knowing how to use it, but come on. A 19-inch torpedo launcher. Oh, you destroyed one of their torp launchers, though. That's good. You did it with a 3-inch. So it was you, wasn't it? Yeah. That was you. Because these carry 3.1-inch guns. Oh, that's torpedoes galore. Flooding. Go figure. Why do they keep sailing around with these fucking relics? I don't get it. Pick the HE up. Maximum bulkhead, spacious quarters. Okay, switch to AP again. Oh, come on. Do I have the accuracy bug? Yeah, I guess I do. It won't come up with a solution. Now it does. Now it does. I guess the Warden is going to have a fairly rough time of it. Not a whole lot I can do to help her. My main concern, of course, is my own ship. The Nagara. I want her to survive. You don't have any torps. You still do. Arrogant still does. And Turbulent. Ooh, you got some fancy turrets there, Turbulent. You got some fancy Mark 4s. And Mark 5 3-inchers. Look at you. Look at you. You're my new target. Fancy boat. You might want to continue your turn and proceed to torpedo launch. Torpedo launch. Turbulent. You're an interesting boat. You're just launching torpedoes at Ludlow. Crap, I probably can't pan this, not this angle. What kind of armor you got? None. 1-inch superstructure. Problem is, I'm an HE spammer. So maximum bulkheads and spacious quarters is not my friend. Nevertheless, it might just work. If you throw enough of these shells at a very, very fast rate at the target, and you hit them, you set fires, it might just overwhelm the damage control party because they got a regular trained crew. But it's a big if. And I do need them to turn. And they're not doing that. Smoke yourself up. Now they're turning. So now we're going to switch back to armor piercing. Can you pen the conquest? Yes. Switch to the conquest. I'm going to slow down a little bit. Get some accuracy back. Come on. Time for some drifting. Oh, no. Just leave already. Oh, no. No, please. Nagara, I need some results here. This is not it. You are currently presenting the entire Japanese Navy in this fight against the British. If you're not going to do anything useful, then we won't win this battle, because sure as hell the Americans aren't winning it. Shoot! Thank you. Flooding. This ship is mostly neutered, but I want it completely dead. There you go. More flooding. Maximum bulkheads. Like that'll save you. Boink. Nope. Missed. There's the Turbulent with its fancy turrets. Flooding. could kill it. Come on. Yeah, we're getting some damage in, but Nagara's taking a bit more damage than I would like. Yeah, see, this is why I want complete mission kills. Not these half-assed things. I want this thing completely destroyed, because it's still throwing torpedoes out. It might even do the same with the stern launcher right about now. This is why you completely kill off a ship first. The problem is, this is not exactly the purpose of the Nagara. Her purpose is to spam HE at things from long range, and she's not able to do that right now. Because the target is normally a battleship, or intercepting a DD, but these things right now are mostly designed to harass battleships. So actually having them fight this is pretty bad. It doesn't work. So we're gonna just evacuate from this fight. I've lost a light cruiser, they've lost a light cruiser, I think we can call it even. Another opportunity to study the enemy. This is the sea. I don't know. I guess the game might have run out of names, and this is what it came up with. It's an American ship, it's fairly condensed superstructure. She has a couple of 15-inch guns Mark II, 7-inch guns Mark III, and a couple of 1.8s in some questionable locations, such as atop of the gun, as well as between the two main turrets over there. And then some on the towers. Interesting design. I'm going to be defending that, / attacking with it, with Kasuga, Chishima, and Amagiri. These are older designs, except for, I think Chishima? Yeah, Chishima has a Raider 2. So in the previous battle, that light cruiser of mine didn't do too well. This battle, I'm expecting it to do really very well. Now, the American ships, by and large, are a bit old. This thing, however, is 262 million, so it does make me believe it's a bit more expensive on their... Well, but generally a bit more expensive. Put it that way. Gear turbines, Aux 2, Shaft 3, Krupp 4. Interesting. Anti-Flood 3, pretty good. Citadel 3. Okay. Semi-armor piercing shells, which is an interesting choice. It's not necessarily bad, but I don't generally see the AI do it. Picric Acid 3. Coincidence 4 and Sonar 1. Okay. So at least it's not awful. Chishima, what range do you have? 17 clicks. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna start peppering these guys with semi-armor piercing, which could be enough to go through the superstructure. Alternatively, I have a lot of HE shells. These things are currently set to half and half, give or take. Slightly fewer AP shells than HE, but it's fine. The enemy. A couple of British battleships. I think we've seen these guys time and time again. Fairly awful. Yet the Brits keep building them. Kasuga. Well-known ship with her 9-inch guns. I'm going to have her fairly close to the battleship. And the Amagiri with her torpedo launchers, 8.2s. Very sneaky. Getting into range. Challenging. That's for sure. That is for sure. Chishima opening up with her SAP, but at this angle? Well, we're actually getting partial pads on the main tower. Considering that a win. See, this is what she's designed to do. Harass the enemy from afar and be absolutely impossible to hit because of 49 knot speed, yet still getting about 40% accuracy. This is just a speed demon and a disaster to hit with their minus 3% debuff to accuracy. Now let's have the American go after this battleship. These guns reload in 83 seconds. It's not great. Not great. This is much, much, much better, of course. Smaller guns, 16-second reload. And by and large, I wouldn't be surprised if Chishima turns out to be more dangerous than that American warship. Simply because these guns are able to set a lot of fires. And they're not afraid to do it. We're going to set more fires with the other HE on the secondaries. we're just not getting through at all. That's interesting. What? Are you so heavily armored that my incendiary HE bounces off? Give me armor piercing. What range are we at now? 8.5. Yeah, now I can definitely pen you, my friend. Even with a 7.5 inch gun. Even with a 7.5. Have you actually... No, you haven't actually hit anything. Why am I... Where... Are you actually trying to hit this thing, or what? Yeah, you are. Okay, my bad. Tsushima does have a micromanagement issue. If you don't manage her, she will run off on you. So that's something I have to keep an eye on. And as for this battleship... Oh, you just sent torps. Didn't really want to do that. Okay, Kasuga. Clean up this thing. That was good. Thank you. The HE still continues to fly in at expeditious rates. No, sorry, it's AP now. Tsushima. Let's get some jobs done here. Make it a bit warmer aboard the British battleship. These torps are inbound on the light cruiser, which of course knows about it. Turn. What the fuck? Wait, you hit something? You're gonna hit... No way. Yeah, the Quail knows about... Look at that! 20 in... Sorry, not 20 inch. 20 knots. Okay, that is one dead destroyer. That saves me a lot of torpedo issues. She hasn't even launched them yet. Look at you. Hello, Whirlwind. Can I help you with something? Smoke. I have a pretty reasonable chance to pen that guy. But I'm surprised it's not 100%. I'm not going to trust that indicator. Because I have really high-end AP shells that at 3.5 kilometer range certainly can pen this cruiser. If you have 2.5 inches main armor and 1.5 inches of superstructure, I will pen you. The challenge is, will I hit you? Looks like the Americans actually... Oh, sorry, it's the DD that we're trying to kill. Okay. Did the American actually do any damage? Yes, you did. 9k. Good on you. I'm not sure why you're trying to target the destroyer. Or sorry, the light cruiser now. Like a bit of a waste of time. Speaking of a waste of time, how am I not going through this thing like butter? Because I'm not actually hitting it. Slow down some. So we can build some accuracy. It'll also allow me to speed the hell up the moment that I need to in order to dodge torps. We're just ricocheting all over the place. Weird. Surely they don't have that much inner belt. Absolutely not. And I dare not approach it because torpedoes. So it's going to be out of Kasuga to fix this situation. And then the Tsushima can go back in and harass these battleships. Boom. That's more like it. Get it done, Kasuga. Get it done. Torpedo out against the light cruiser. Really? Whoa! That's not the fucking light cruiser. That's the Kasuga. Liar. I'm kind of going to need the Kasuga intact. So this is largely unhelpful. Because you got semi-armor piercing shells, you can't exactly do much, can you? 0% chance. Okay, just hose down the battleship. Kasuga might die here. This ship might sink. I'm not sure if she has enough structural integrity left to survive this fight. Destroyed main tower? You and your 1/2 inch of superstructure armor. What do you expect to happen? Interestingly, every single shell that I fire at this ship just gets blocked. And I'm really not setting a whole lot of fires with the Tsushima. Far fewer than I had expected. Really. AP. The semi-armor piercing can set fires. Some situations. Yeah, that's more like it. We'll just start melting this thing this way. Smoke yourself up. Turn. What's their debuff on you now? Because you did slow down a bit. What's their accuracy debuff? Because it was 93% and it is now 92.6. Jesus. They're so awful at targeting these ships. If this thing had radar rangefinder. Oh my god, you're using coincidence 1? Oh. You got that saying? This thing couldn't shoot its way out of a barn? This thing wouldn't even see the barn on the rangefinder. When it says coincidence rangefinding, it means it's a sheer coincidence that this thing actually ever hits anything. What an absolute disaster of a ship. What a fucking joke. Please curl this light cruiser now. Thank you. Destroy torpedo launchers, destroyed the rest of it. Good. What's your chance to damage this thing? 6%. I doubt it. Why are you firing HE? Oh, never mind. You're doing a good work with HE at short range. Tsushima's done 5k. The American has done 21k. She's done very well. Despite her odd name, she's done very well. And I think she might win against the Quail. Whether she'll also kill the Albatross, I'm not too sure about. I'm willing to give it a go. Let's spread the damage out a bit. Make it so that this ship is going to have damage instability and as such holy crap, far less chance of actually dealing any kind of damage. Although their accuracy is 40%. That is substantial. Mine is 90. What kind of HE doom shots do you have? You got HE incendiary? Yeah. You got HE incendiary shells doing this much damage? That has to be because these guys have jokes for superstructure armor. I mean, 0.9? If this hits, we're gonna get another couple of K. Yeah, 1.7. The crew's almost gone on the Quail. Just, try and get back in here, alright? Follow the battleship. Yeah, that was another massive salvo against this guy. I really didn't expect the Americans to carry this battle. But they're doing it. So, props to the American battleship. Because this thing, it, as far as I'm concerned, vastly over-delivered. I thought I'd have to carry this thing to victory. It's carrying me to victory. After not understanding that the light cruiser was going for the heavy cruiser. But it did, and it almost got it. Start secondary gun. You're gonna be dead on your crew. One big salvo and you're gone. 44% crew lost. 45. So now we just, yeah, there you go. That's one. The Quail is also at 40%. So the only guy that they got left is the Whirlwind. Let's pay her a visit. Tsushima, time for you to move to intercept. Full ahead flank, 49 knots. And boom, she's at 49 knots. Joke of a ship, this thing, really. Did you get him yet? You didn't. Oh. That was fast. Okay, so the light cruiser is gone. Now the battleship, and we can call it a day. Interesting. Just out of curiosity, could you also get the bow turrets to fire at the main target? Or just the one? Just the one. Okay, fine. I don't get it. Just the one. And that's a lot of damage. 45%. And she's gone. Cool. Progress. That last DD, I don't care about it. They can go home and tell the story of how the Americans, with the Japanese in support, killed off your battleships. So, what have we learned? The American battleships are dangerous. The American light cruisers, if those few that we've seen are anything to go by, are a complete joke. And so is the British war effort, because I already have a vast lead on them. I think the British Navy is going to be done pretty quick. Same as before, really. And sure enough, the Americans are working on repairing a couple of their ships. But I don't see the British winning this one. Anyway, more fights, more battles coming up next time. Thanks for joining this one. Hope you enjoyed. See you soon for more.